Boris Johnson was left in incontinent rage as he furiously branded Netflix's new drama Adolescence deceitful and seethed at Keir Starmer for promoting it. Former Conservative Prime Minister Boris Johnson was left seething over the new crime drama Adolescence, the hard-hitting Netflix show about a teenage boy who kills a teenage girl in a fit of misogynistic rage after being radicalized by extreme content online. However, Boris rejected the narrative that pubescent males across the land are at risk of being turned into misogynist psychopaths, unable to cope with the slightest romantic rebuff, and criticized the drama as not true to real life. On Saturday, April 5, he argued that the problem is not incels, the slang term for involuntarily celibate people who despise women for spurning them, at all. Talking in an article for the Daily Mail, he declared that victims of knife attacks are overwhelmingly young males, over 90%, to go by hospital admissions, while both victims and perpetrators are disproportionately black males. Boris raged, "The whole deceit makes me angry, because far from being a must-watch, Adolescence is essentially irrelevant to the problem of teenage knife crime in schools." Labour leader Keir Starmer has mandated every classroom to show official screenings of Adolescence to curb extremism before it starts and highlight the perils of violence against girls. He believes the rise of controversial influencer Andrew Tate, who has openly described himself as a misogynist and made jokes involving women and machetes, could be fueling attacks. However, Boris demanded to see evidence, suggesting that the drama unfairly and inaccurately demonized white males. The former PM exclaimed, "It is not often that Starmer comes up with something so crass that I push aside the breakfast table, hurl the paper at the far wall and run around the room pant-hooting with incontinent rage." Bashing the drama for showing cruel indifference to children's real educational needs, he urged the public not to bother watching, condemning it as tosh. He added that instead of screening sermons about sexism, it is the police's responsibility to get tough on crime and use their stop-and-search powers more frequently. If you want to tackle knife crime, then the government needs to come down hard on the gangs, lock up people for going equipped with a bladed weapon, and above all back up the police, he urged. However, Boris isn't optimistic, quizzing, "What can you expect from Labour, a government that is obsessed with imposing lefty political correctness on every classroom in the land?"